Now, after the decorative stitch has gone down on the zipper, there will be 3 placement lines that will come along here and come across, and then just an alignment mark that will come up. These I have, because of the color of the fabric that I used, I didn't have any pin that would show up there. So I have marked, I've just gone out onto the stabilizer and continued those markings. That's where you're going to be matching up the flap that you have already made from hooping 1. Okay, so you want to open your zipper about halfway. It's very important you must do this, or you will not be able to get your bag turned after you finish. You want to take the pocket, the front pocket, it's called the front pocket, and it's the pocket that is going to be underneath the flap, like this. This is the front pocket right here. And I have chosen to use the same fabric. So I have already laid that down, and you want to, it's been folded in half, and you want to lay the fold just below the zipper line. Then you will turn it over and place the optional interior pocket the same way as you did the front pocket. You will also put the back of the fabric on. Now this is the very back. This is like this piece right here. Well, no, I'm sorry, that is not the very back. This is the very back right here. This is the back of the zipper section. And you want to put that face down, and that goes on the front of the hoop over the zippered pocket area. Take that back to the machine, and your 4-inch tack down line will be stitched down so that it uncovers this portion up here. I have already put the 2 D-rings, or the 2 loops with D-rings on, and I have also extended those alignment marks out. These are alignment marks that are going to where you're going to be positioning the flap portion. I've also measured 1 inch from each one of these going inside, and that is where I've put the loops. So tape those down, and then take your flap and the flap is going to match up with those alignment marks. I also want to make sure that you open that zipper halfway as well. So you're going to put this flap down, face down, and tape it good. You're going to have some open edges on the flap where at the upper edge, and you just want to make sure those section that has not been stitched yet is above where the stitch line is going to go. Bring your back, and we'll put a little bit more tape on that because we have to turn this over, which is probably best if you turn this over and do the other side first, because this might get loose when you do that turn over. Now you want to pull your top of your back over, and you want to tape that down, and you could possibly pin that. You just want to make it secure. You want to slow your machine down, and you will be monitoring your machine. You will not go off and leave your machine on its own for this. So you'll be able to take something, not your fingers, but you'll be able to take something and hold that down while it's, to make sure that it's secure, because it's liable to slide. You may want to put some interfacing on that, which makes it a little more, gives it a little more stability. All right, turn it around to the back. And you're going to take now your back lining. And the lining is, in this instance, it's going to match the lining that has already been put down for the front of the zipper. For this section right here, you know, it's this lining here that's already been put down. But then you have a lining back here too. And that's what this is. and that's why it's called the back lining. You want to tape that, pin it. You may be able to get some pins in there, and then turn the whole thing over, take it back to the machine, and you will have a tack down that goes all the way around and comes back and meets those 4 inches that's already been put down. It'll do a 2-ply and go back around. I have turned the bag through the opening, and I'll tell you, I would definitely recommend interfacing these back pieces, the back of the bag, the fabric that is called the back, and the fabric that is called the back lining. And the reason is, it's a little bit difficult to turn this because of that big flower on the front. So you're liable to rip the fabric actually by turning it, but it does go through. I did get through, but I had ripped a few of the stitches. So you can fix that on a sewing machine. I did not do that. I didn't do it, but you can fix that on the machine. Now you have this tab that's been left open, and it's just like if you do any of our mug mats or a lot of our designs, the opening, I have you leave a tab, so it makes it easier to fold that under and steam a seam. But you also have a bunch of layers of fabric here from all of them, that sandwich of pieces that you put together. All you need to be left over is this outer one here and this outer one. So you can actually trim all of these down all the way down, and that will make it easier for you to turn. Otherwise, this is just too many layers to get a nice turn to do your steam seam. And that's what you want to do. You want to turn this in, you want to turn the tabs in, and there's still a decent amount of thickness there. And then you want to steam seam this right here, or whip stitch it. Now since I did rip it a little bit turning it, you'll probably want to whip stitch this right here because it's too late now to put it in the machine. Well, I don't know, maybe you could, but I'll just whip it with a few stitches there and then steam seam this. I don't like to hand sew, so I do as much steam seam as I can. So after you steam seam that, and fix, if you happen to have any stitches rip, and fixing that, then what you're going to do, you're going to open your zipper. You're going to stick your hand inside where you have partially opened your zipper before that last sequence went down. If you didn't do it, you're not going to be able to turn it now. Now also, if you used tearaway stabilizer here, then you can just tear that off. If you use cutaway like what I did, then you just trim it. But you be very careful that you don't cut into the zipper doing that. So you finish opening this all the way, and now you're going to turn it through this zipper opening. Give it the good press, and I should mention that before you turn it through the zipper, you want to get all your corners pushed out here. And don't forget that you've got some wash away here, and you don't want to press that yet, because that will wrinkle. So you just want to maybe press the corners and then turn it through the zipper. Now I just wanted to show you the finished product. I have put the strap on using the lobster claw and 2 jump rings in order to connect that lobster claw with the strap and the bag. This is the bag with 1 flower. This is version 2, and on the inside there's the open pocket on the outside, folds over, and there is the zippered pocket, which is called the zipper back, with the separating interior, optional interior pocket. And there you have it. Very cute.